The purpose of penetration testing is to identify vulnerabilities, preferably before an adversary does. The second entry in Kali's application menu is vulnerability analysis and provides tools to do service profiling and vulnerability testing. In the vulnerability analysis menu, we can see three submenus: fuzzing tools, OpenVS scanner, and VoIP tools. We also have the key vulnerability checking tool, shown at this menu level. OpenVS automatically added itself to this submenu when we loaded it. Let's take a look at three of the tools: a web service scanner called Nikto, VoIP Suite, and the OpenVS scanner which we loaded. Nikto is a fairly simple tool for web scanning. It appears in the top directory of the vulnerability analysis menu. Let's take a look at it. Nikto is used to identify which vulnerabilities exist in the underlying web server. Selecting Nikto presents a terminal window and shows its various options. I'll run Nikto against my metasploitable host by typing nikto h10.0.2.8. The first thing we see is that the web server is in Apache 2.8 Daft system running on Ubuntu. This is followed by some notes relating to missing hardening features and advice that the Apache server is out of date. A little further down, we can see that Nikto has identified a number of known vulnerabilities from the open source vulnerability database. Nikto has now finished analyzing Metasploitable, and we can see that it's found 27 items that need to be addressed. The Burp Suite Free Edition comes as on of the tools pre-built into Kali, and I've added it to my favorites. I'll ignore the comments about JRE, and I'll skip updates. The free edition only allows temporary projects, and the license is required if we want to store projects on disk, which is usually required when doing a full customer website test. However, the temporary project will be fine for our testing. So I'll select Next and start Burp. Burp Suite creates a new project and opens the main screen. The Burp Suite menu is at the top left and offers 5 main menu items of Burp, Intruder, Repeater, Window, and Help. Below the menu, other Burp activity tabs. These allow the various types of Burp activity to be run. The first tab we'll look at is Target, which has 3 of its own subtabs called Sitemap, Scope, and Issue Definitions. The Site tab shows the construction of the website, and the Scope is used to set the targets or targets for testing. I like the Zero Bank website's address. I'll select the Proxy tab next, and we can see Intercept is on. This will accept all messages coming in from or going out to the server and stop them for us to inspect and potentially change. I'll turn this off and let traffic flow through. On the Options tab, we can see that we have a listener on port 8080. To do web scanning, I need to start my browser and reset it for proxy operation. I'll select the Options button at the top, right select Preferences, and scroll down to Network Settings, and I'll select Manual Proxy Configuration. I can now go to the Zero Bank site. Okay, we're at the bank, and I'll log in now using test credentials of username and password. Let's have a look at what Burp Suite has captured. I can see in the Target and Site Map tab that the traffic turn from the bank has been captured. The top of the left-hand list is 0.webappsecurity.com, the bank site. If I open this, I can see the structure of the website that we've loaded. In the right-hand panel, I can see the various messages that have come in from and gone out to the website. Below that, I can see the browser request message details and the server response details. If I click on the sign and post message, I can see my user ID and password in the message. In the Dashboard tab, we can see in the top left panel a grayed out option that would enable a new scan. This is used to do a deep scan of every page in the website, but it's only available in the licensed version. I leave exploration of Burp Suite for now. We'll see more of this tool as we use it to test our websites. Let's have a look at the OpenVAS system. We can start OpenVAS from the Vulnerability Analysis menu. We can now connect to it using our browser on port 9392 and log in with our admin credentials. OpenVAS displays this dashboard on startup. The top menu bar has dashboard and 6 other top-level items, plus help. Scan management offers submenus of tasks, reports, results, notes, and overrides. If we select tasks, we're presented with a screen to remind us that we can use the wizard to do our first scan. Let's run one. I'll select the task wizard, and I'll enter my Metasploitable server address and start the scan. The scan starts, and we can see it's currently at 1%. We'll come back when it's finished. We're finished running all the tests now. I'll select results from the scans menu item. And this shows a summary of the scan with the detailed issues listed below. This shows that OpenVAS found 20 high-severity issues, 33 medium priority, and 2 low-priority issues. There are also 84 issues which have been locked. These are not problems as such. Let's indicate ways in which an adversary could gain information about the system. I'll click on the entry which is called Possible Backdoor Ingress Lock, and this displays details of the issue. OpenVAS has detected at a 99% level of confidence that a backdoor has been installed on the system which is accessible through port 1524. Should we want to look into exactly how this has been detected, there's a link to the network vulnerability test details. I select Scans, Reports, and I'll click on the date of this report. When I hover over the Solutions icon in the second column of the Ingress Lock issue, it shows that a workaround exists to correct the issue. The specifics of the solution isn't provided here and needs further research. I'll write a note to myself to do this. I'll click on the button on the last but one column to the right, and a notes screen appears. I'll check this for any hosts, and in the text panel I'll type, Reminder to self, find the Ingress Lock removal script. I'll then click Create. And I can now see to the left of the solution type column that there's a note associated with this alert. That's a quick introduction to OpenVAS, and it's worth spending a little bit of time familiarizing yourself with this tool.